Hi guys, so today we're going to be going over 7.5 and 7.6. We're going to start with 7.5, properties of logarithms, because you already did a huge packet on that yesterday. Alright, so the first property that you figured out was the product property. Right, so the product property tells us that if we have log of 5 times 6, that equals the same log of 5 plus the log of 6. Basically, we can separate log of multiplication into two separate logs of addition. Okay? I also have one other little rule up here that will help you. It says if we have log base x of x, then that will equal a. Okay, so base x of x raised to some power a, we can just get rid of those x's in the logs and that just equals a. So we can use this to solve a couple different equations. So let's start with this example. If we're told that log of 5, log base 5 of 2 equals 0.4307, we want to use that to approximate the log base 5 of 250. So we start with the log base 5 of 250 because that's what we want to figure out. Now we want to break up 250 so that somehow we can use this hint of log base 5 of 2. So that's going to give us log 5 of 2 times 125, right? Because 125 times 2 equals 250. Now using the property that we just learned, we can separate this. So log base 5 of 2 plus log base 5 of 125. Now we know how to rewrite log base 5 of 2 because we're told up here at the top. So that gives us 0.4307. Now we just need to figure out what log base 5 of 125 is. Well, we could rewrite this using our base, answer, and power. So our base is 5, our power we don't know equals 125, so we know that equals 3. Another way we could rewrite this, though, is by rewriting 125. We know 125 is 5 to the third power. So this could also equal log base 5 of 5 to the third power. And what I just told you guys up here, if we have log with a base x of x to the 8th power, that just equals a. So either way, you get 3. Now we add those together and we get 3.4307. And that's our final answer. All right, so for these checkpoints, I want you to go ahead and try them yourself. So pause the video, try to go through it, and then after you think you find your answer, watch the video to see how I do it. All right, let's see how you did. So we have log base 2 of 3 is approximately 1.5850. So we want to know what the approximate value of log base 2 of 96 is. So again, we start with log base 2 of 96. We can separate that. So we get log base 2 of 3 times 32. We know using our property that that becomes log base 2 of 3 plus log base 2 of 32. We're told at the beginning that log base 2 of 3 is 1.585. So we'll rewrite that as 1.585. Now we have to figure out what log base 2 of 32 is. Again, there's two different ways you could do this. One, you could rewrite it exponentially. So our base is 2, we don't know a power, but we know that equals 32. So x must be 5. Or you could rewrite log 2 of 32 as log 2 of 2 to the 5th. So that just tells you your answer is 5. So we get 6.585, just using our properties. Okay, now we're going on to the quotient property. This is basically the same thing, right? We're saying if we divide two things, that we can rewrite that as subtraction, just the opposite of multiplication. And I have another little hint up here that can help you. Log base 10 of 1 will always equal 0. All right, so let's try out this example. It tells us that the pH of a substance is defined as the concentration of hydrogen ions H+ in moles. It's given by the formula pH equals log base 10 of 1 over H+. Find the amount of hydrogen in a liter of acid rain that has a pH of 5.5. So it gives us our formula and it tells us what our pH is. So we write that out. 5.5 equals log base 10 of 1 over H+. We want to figure out what H is. So let's use our properties. We know that division can be separated as multiplication. So 5.5 equals log base 10 of 1 minus log base 10 of H+. We know that log base 10 of 1 is always 0 from up here. So we can rewrite that as 5.5 equals negative log of 10 H+. Divide by negative. Okay, so we get negative 5.5 equals log base 10 of H+. And now just rewrite the equation using what you know. So this is base, answer, power. So we get 10 to negative 5.5 equals H+. And that's it. So again, we're just using these roles to rewrite our problem. Okay, go ahead and try out this example. And then once you think you've got it, come back and watch the video. All right, let's see how you did. So we're given our pH of 6.7, so we just plug that in, equals log base 10 of 1 over H+, and we're just doing the same thing we did previously. So 6.7 equals log of 10 of 1 minus log of 10 of H+. Again, this is 0, so we get 6.7 equals negative log 10 H+, right? Because right here, that equals 0. Okay, divide by your negative, you get negative 6.7 equals log of base 10 of H+. And then use your base, answer, power to rewrite it. So 10 to the negative 6.7 equals your hydrogen. Awesome. All right, our last role is this power property. So our power property says that if we have the log of something raised to a power, we can move that power out in the front. So again, we're just rewriting this. We're given that log base 5 of 6 is approximately our 1.1133, and we want to use that to figure out what log base 5 of 216 is. So we can write log base 5 of 216. Now how can we rewrite 216 as 6 raised to something? Well, we know that 6 to the third is 216. Okay, so we rewrite that. Now using our rule, we can bring 3 to the front. So 3 times log of 5 of 6. Now we can use our rule. We know log base 5 of 6 is approximately 1.1133. So that's going to give us 3 times 1.1133. And that's going to be our final answer. Again, we're just rewriting these logs so that we can evaluate them. Okay, try the checkpoint. Come back when you think you've got it. All right, let's see how you did. So again, we're giving this value, and we want to figure out what log 4 of 1296 is. So we start with that, log base 4 of 1296. We've got to figure out how we can rewrite 1296 as 6 raised to some power. Well, I use my calculator. I figure out that 1296 is the same thing as 6 to the 4th. Okay, now I can bring that 6 out front. So I get, or that 4 out front, excuse me. So I get 4 times log base 4 of 6. We know log base 4 of 6 is about 1.2925. So that gives us 4 times 1.2925. If you have your calculator, you can evaluate that. Okay, so that is all the properties of logarithms. We have our product property that says if we have two logs being added together, that's equal to x times y. Subtraction is our division. And if we have something raised to an exponent, we can always bring that exponent out front. So these are the properties you guys discovered yesterday on that packet. Okay, these are your last problems for 7.5. So go ahead and work on these. These will be your exit slip. Okay, so write these on a piece of paper with your name and hand them in, and then move on to 7.6. Okay, and then check Schoology for your homework because I took away a lot of these problems, so you don't have to do as many. All right, once you finish with that problem, go ahead and move on to 7.6.